we ready with the other ones yet?
We should be live on all three.
Okay.
I believe so.
Oh, I wasn't sure.
Barring any technical difficulties.
Yeah, I know.
Who knows?
Yeah. You know, we were doing it with Facebook the first few times, and now we're trying to do Periscope and YouTube at the same time with the software as part of the show. So, you know, and Enum could probably explain more in details about that. You know, hey, listen, we're winging it. We're not professional.
Your phone volume.
Yeah. It's true.
Sorry,
guys. I wanted to mute it. I just muted it, and it's still talking. Why is that? That's funny. Yeah, why would it do that? I muted it. It was still... Wow, okay.
There we are.
So there you go, everybody. Yeah, you know, we're just... Listen, we're not, you know... I'm red-pilled with politics and life and a lot of things, and, you know, with the whole... radio business is not our expertise. We're learning on the fly. We're figuring it out, you know. Enum's done a good job setting up all the stuff, but I say, you know, it's not his specialty either, you know. We need a major producer to come down here and go worldwide.
So week by week thing.
Uncle Tony worldwide, you know what I'm saying? Because believe me, I'm better than a lot of those dirtbags that are on there, you know. Please. So anyway. Although, you know, we love Tucker, we love Hannity, we love Laura Ingraham, Michelle Malkin. There's a lot of good people. Dan Bongino, a lot of good people out there. But, you know, there's some dirtbags out there, too, and the people running Fox, I don't know. But anyway, so we won't, you know. By the way, Michael Avenatti, you creepy porn lawyer, you dirtbag. What a dirtbag. Couldn't have happened to a bigger dirtbag than you. You filthy creature. How do you feel right now, boy? I remember, you know what? I remember him saying that Donald Trump Jr. was going to be indicted by his birthday. No, Avenatti, I think you're going to be getting bent over in your cell by his next birthday, you punk. Yeah, how do you feel, boy? 36 count indictment, you filthy creature. Oh, yeah, you know what? Avenatti was talking a lot of smack, but the only thing that's going to be smacked is his butt cheeks by his cellmate in prison. That's about the only thing that's going to be getting smacked.
What a turnaround for that guy.
Oh, you know what?
God.
Oh, you know what? Listen, you know, he deserves everything he's going to get. You know why? Because he's a punk. Now, let me tell all you something, because even Enum didn't know this over here before, and a few people didn't know this. Did you see the press conference with the indictment, with all his indictments, when the prosecutor was reading his indictments? Do you know what Avenatti did, folks? Do you know what Avenatti did? Seriously. What is one of the lowest things I ever heard? He did not pay. One of his clients for a personal injury was a paraplegic. Okay? We all know what that is. He got millions from a judgment for his client. He didn't pay him. So Avenatti screwed a paraplegic out of his money. Oh, come on. I mean...
The lawyer jokes are writing themselves at this point.
I mean, come on, folks. Oh, that's low, Avenatti. Oh. You know, I don't think you'll be treated too good in jail when they find that out either, boy. Yeah, punk. So, yeah. So, you know what? Plus he didn't give money to a lot of his clients. It wasn't only the paraplegic, but that's I mean, you know, hey. And not even that. You know, hey, didn't you all file your taxes and pay your taxes and all that yesterday in the whole 9 yards by the deadline and, you know, probably before that? You know what Avenatti didn't do? He didn't file tax returns for him and his law firm for like an extended period of time. I mean, really, dude? Really? What do you think? You're Al Sharpton? You ain't Al Sharpton. You're the wrong color, boy. Oh, you got caught out there. Anyway, Al Sharpton still owes $4 million. I don't think he paid it last time I heard. That dirtbag. But, you know, nothing's happening to him, so I don't know what's up with that. But anyway... But Avenatti, you're a dirtbag, and you're going to get it. 36 counts. So you know what? Why don't we show, you want to show, we have a clip of the press conference where the prosecutor is announcing that he didn't pay the paraplegic money. That's low, man. That's, you know, we're trying to get that. Hey, what do we got here till Enum gets the, right here, it's over there. Chris Simich, what up? Cristara, saludo, what up, brother? Mile, yo, what's up, Mile? How you doing, brother? Debbie Shabbat. Who do we got, bro? Tony Capone. What's up, Tony Capone? John Stone. People are great. Yeah, the first 2 times, you know, my feed was being delayed, so you know I couldn't see all your comments right away. But don't worry. Melvina Hill. What's up, Melvina Hill? Minnie from hey Minnie. How are you? How's everything? How's the family? Everybody's good? How's the baby? Baby's good? God bless. What a sweet family you are. You people are great. God bless you. I wish you all the best.
Hey, real quick, by the way, too, for those of you guys who are not on Facebook Live, if this is on Periscope or YouTube, normally Tony's got another co-host now, Pat Dixon, of a number of different shows, but he couldn't make it tonight, so he had to apologize. But obviously, Tony's going to rock it for you either way.
Oh, yeah, listen, Pat's great. I'm honored that he even was on my first 2 shows. He's going to come back. Just, he came up. He even didn't do his Trump show before that because he had an obligation to do. He's a popular guy. Pat's great. Pat's awesome. I love Pat. He's awesome. So, so hopefully he'll be back with us next week, So I'll hold down the fort. Today, me and him got it over here. Don't worry about it. Don't worry. Uncle Tony, I'm never a loss for words. So many things going on. How could I be at a loss for words over here? Crazy stuff. You know what it is? I never watched soap operas, obviously. Although my ex-girlfriend got me into one a little bit, but Days of Our Lives, I didn't really like it too much, but I watched it where it was bearable to watch with my girlfriend. You got to show the girl love,
The softer side of Tony.
Yeah. Nah, I really didn't like it, though. But, like I said, it was bearable. I wasn't like, So,
Want me to cue up that video of Avenatti's indictment list here?
Yeah.
We'll have to find the spot. I didn't get to cue it up, but let's get that on here.
Yeah.
Alleges that after his law firm was forced into bankruptcy over 2 years ago.
Yeah, listen, I enjoy reading all this shit, the crap that Avenatti did.
1 second.
And he was playing it off like he was a good guy, trying to set up a Supreme Court judge, you dirtbag. Yeah? You know what? Maybe you can ask Stormy, so your cellmate and his boys, they'll take it easy on you. Maybe take a load off you. And maybe Stormy could pay you a visit, and they could take care of Stormy and give you a little break from the butt slamming, boy. So your butt cheeks could get together again from being divided, boy. Yeah, boy, you dirtbag.
Here we go. Fix the audio.
So how's everything? Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
I had to fix something.
Court, to the bankruptcy trustee and to his creditors by failing to report income his bankrupt firm was receiving. These 4 areas of criminal conduct alleged in the indictment are all linked to one another because money generated from one set of crimes was used to further other crimes.
Hit that share button, guys.
This guy's hit the share button. Hit the share button.
We need that help, guys. Hit that share button out there.
Avenatti thought he was slick, huh? I'm reading his life is done. 36-count indictment, boy.
From collapsing.
Look at what he did. This guy's a major criminal.
We'll now discuss the various areas of criminal conduct in a bit more detail. The first area of criminal conduct discussed in the indictment alleges that Mr. Avenatti committed wire fraud in relation to funds more than $12 million in total that he received and held in trust on behalf of his clients.
Oh, man, bad lawyer.
While
Mr. Avenatti
bankrupt
was
firm.
entitled to attorney's fees for the settlements he negotiated. The indictment alleges that he nevertheless stole millions of dollars that rightfully belonged to his clients.
Oh, man, that's low. Bad lawyer.
There are 5 separate client victims in 4 cases in which money was stolen. The indictment outlines how Mr. Avenatti's embezzlement scheme typically operated. In each of the 4 cases of embezzlement alleged in the indictment, Mr. Avenatti received money on behalf of clients into client trust accounts, misappropriated the money,
dirtbag,
and lied to the clients about receiving the money, or in one case, claimed that the money had already been sent to the client.
Dirtbag. Common thief.
The first client victim detailed in the indictment
Can't even claim
filed
ignorance.
a lawsuit alleging that the County of Los Angeles violated his constitutional rights and that he suffered severe emotional distress and severe physical injuries, including becoming a paraplegic.
See, this isn't funny because that's paraplegic.
Who's identified as Client 1 in the indictment, obtained a $4 million settlement, which the County of Los Angeles paid in January 2015 to a trust account controlled by Mr. Avenatti. But more than 4 years later, Client 1 is still waiting to receive his portion of the settlement.
What a filthy dirtbag.
As it turns out, within months after receiving the settlement proceeds in early 2015, Mr. Avenatti had drained the entire $4 million payment from his trust account, using significant portions of these funds to finance his coffee business, his auto racing enterprise,
nice
and
guy.
his own personal lifestyle. From July 2015 through last month, Mr. Avenatti made periodic payments of no more than $1,900 to client one.
He made that Icarus
paid his
move.
rent
He
in
could have kept his head
this
down.
guy's a bum.
Could have kept his head down.
and
Put his
he was
name in the
talking
national
doodle.
news.
Advances
Put his name in the
on the
national
settlement.
news. And meanwhile, he's doing this.
According to the indictment,
Usually you
Mr.
keep your head
Avenatti
down.
also
Don't you keep your head down most of the time for that kind of
to
thing?
buy a house for himself.
This guy's an idiot.
Mr. Avenatti had
Hard to-
assured client
He's a
one that he
dirtbag
could
idiot.
use the money from the settlement to buy the property. But Mr. Avenatti later falsely told client one that the settlement was not available because the county had not yet
Look at it. He
approved a
lied
trust
about the money
for the
not
disabled
being there
client.
to somebody who's disabled.
The house client one
bro.
wanted to buy fell out of escrow because the money already paid by the county had been pilfered by Mr. Avenatti. And to further complicate matters for client one, Mr. Avenatti, who promised to a Social Security Administration inquiry related to client one's disability, failed to do so. And 2 months ago, client one lost his Social Security benefits.
This guy's
The other
cold-blooded.
three
He's doing it to
client
people that
matters
can't even, like,
outlined
fucking
in the
afford it.
That's what
It's
the
not like he's-
left is. The
alleged
Democrats.
theft
This
of
is what
millions of
they
dollars.
are, man.
Like,
They're
at least
the
when
lowest
Madoff did it, it was
form.
to,
Mr.
like, you know,
Avenatti received
billionaires and
money
shit.
on
This is
behalf of
ridiculous.
clients.
Well, Madoff
and
also got
simply
regular
took the
people
money
too, but
to
you know,
finance
they
his
weren't
businesses
billionaires. But
and
still,
his
this is
personal
low.
expenses.
Like, I
In
mean,
one
Madoff
case,
did was
after
bad
receiving
too.
$2.75
But somebody got
million
crippled.
for a client,
And you know,
Mr.
needs the
Avenatti
money, and he's
allegedly took
lying,
nearly
saying I
all
didn't get
that
the money. Yo, what a
and
low
used it
life,
to
bro.
pay
He's
for his
finished.
portion of a private jet. A jet, incidentally, that we seized yesterday.
Yeah, they got his jet. He had a
respect to the
jet. They
tax
got his
matters,
jet.
Special Agent Corner will provide you with the details of the numerous tax offenses alleged in the indictment. But I want to note that some of the money withheld from the paychecks of employees of his coffee company, money that was being held in trust and was supposed to be used to pay payroll taxes.
If you're on Periscope and this isn't working well, I just posted the YouTube link for you. We're live there, too.
Alleged in the indictment, including making lulling payments to clients from whom he had stolen settlement money.
Stole their settlement. He already gets a third. He
telling
gets a
you,
third
this
already.
guy's a
Avenatti's arrest on
dirtbag.
March
A third is a good commission.
What a low, I'm so
Most sales
glad.
commissions aren't 30%.
You know what?
Set
My
forth
boy
in the
Paul
criminal
Cazzaro
complaint.
over here. He commented.
indictment
He's probably,
restates
you know,
these
that he's
offenses,
probably gonna.
which began in
He's probably gonna go to a
2014,
federal jail. He will
when
cut a
Mr.
deal and do a few
Avenatti
years and walk away with
allegedly
a mill or
defrauded the
two in
People's
cash
Bank,
somewhere.
a federally
It's possible,
insured
but I don't
financial
know. That
institution
I
in
hope not.
Mississippi
I hope
by
not.
making false representations
You know,
about
if
his
that
income.
happens, don't forget. Remember,
Very
Avenatti
simply,
was arrested
these
a while
false
ago for
claims about
beating up his
income were made
girlfriend?
by submitting fictitious
Yeah, he, like,
income
punched
and,
her in the
and
face,
they
right?
dropped all the charges on him in L.A.
Did they?
Yeah, they dropped all that.
Oh, in California?
She didn't drop it.
Go figure,
The
California.
freaking state did it. or whatever.
Really?
Yeah, man.
I didn't. They can do that.
Yeah.
With her even.
You do it. It's a shady thing.
That's true. I guess they control
heard
who
it.
gets
It's
prosecuted,
shady.
right? Yeah.
Personal income tax
It's right up there with
returns
Jussie and them,
since
you know?
2000.
So yeah, I think you've heard enough of what this filthy creature. You could see it. It's on there. If you look for it, it's on YouTube. So you can find the whole press conference. I just heard, that part a little more, and like I said, he's a dirtbag. I hope he gets punished for it. But you know what? His life is over the way we know it. You know what I mean? He's done. No more lawyer. Done. And like I said, I hope he does some time in jail. Some good time because he's a punk. But he's not gonna live the lifestyle he wanted to. You know what I mean? He's not gonna have the jets again, the cars. He's not gonna have none of that again, punk. You know what I mean? So, and like I said, I still don't understand. If you all remember he beat up his girlfriend, and they dropped the charges on him. The state did. I was like, she didn't drop the charges? How does that work out? You know what I mean? But now they really got him. You know what I mean? So,
I mean, he's going to be looking at some serious shit for this.
yeah.
They're not going to get him on all of it, but it's going to be pretty intense. Plus, you got to figure with him sticking his nose out like that, it's a big high-profile thing. They're going to want to take him down hard.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You know what I mean? He was talking a lot of garbage. And don't forget, come on, look at what this guy went to, set up a Supreme Court judge, man. This guy's an idiot. And meanwhile, he's dirtier than Al Capone and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, my God, yeah.
Yo, are you serious?
Deep.
Really, bro?
I mean,
This guy-
in deep.
You know what I mean? Well, plus, like Paul said, maybe he'll do some federal time. Don't forget, he messed with the IRS, too. The IRS doesn't play either, so he did a lot of tax stuff. So, that's how they got Al Capone. You know what I mean? And he seemed like an altar boy compared to this guy, Avenatti. I don't know if Al Capone stole from a paraplegic. That's pretty bad, man.
Do you think that's why they so bad want to go after Trump's taxes, even though normally it's not going to mean shit, because they say they want to do it to prove he's not worth as much as he is or something. But really, I feel like they're trying to get him on a technicality on some, the way, like you said, that they got
the bottom line
them.
is this. This is what I tell anyone, and nobody could argue this. This is an unarguable point. The way Obama had weaponized the IRS. Do you remember how they went after the Tea Party and conservative groups? Do you remember that?
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Okay.
It was like proven.
President Trump was calling him out on his birth certificate way before he got elected. You don't think that Obama weaponized the IRS against him, but they couldn't find anything against him? I mean, seriously, people have no common sense, the ones that are talking about his taxes. I mean, you don't think that if there was anything going on there, that the IRS under Obama would have gotten him? And not even that. The way they spied on Trump with the FISA, they violated his civil rights. They totally broke every freaking law against him that they could have. You don't think that if he had any tax issues, the IRS would have gotten him already? Now, what concerns me is them not just framing him, trying to add something in there or doing something stupid. I'm not worried about him. Listen, every businessman did their loopholes. But you know what? Again, if you pay someone, like even with Cohen, he paid him to be a lawyer, right? He didn't know that Cohen had side stuff going on. How was President Trump supposed to know what Cohen, idiot? You know what Cohen did? One of the things that people don't realize, I remember hearing this and laughing. He had bought like some kind of luxury handbag for like $16,000 and sold it for like $35,000 to somebody, and he didn't declare that as income. And that's one of the things that they really.
Yeah, they'll get you for the dumbest shit like
meanwhile,
that.
how did Nancy Pelosi get worth all that money on a public servant's salary?
Yeah.
Okay, and not even that. If you remember when Nancy Pelosi back in the days, I think it was Solyndra. Her brother-in-law owned Solyndra, the solar energy company. And they got $1 billion grant of our tax money, and the money vanished. And that was her brother-in-law that got the grant, and blah, blah, blah. And Pelosi's that rich. How did they all get that wealthy on public servants' house? So they should look at that. Don't worry about what President Trump's done. President Trump has done an amazing thing. First of all, you know what? You know what's funny? The easiest thing that you could tell people, like even when someone starts talking to me about Trump, I'm like, yo, first of all, most people I know, the ones I know and like, they're all 100% with President Trump. And they love him, and they're so happy. But I'm just saying in general, like throughout the time when I've talked to people I didn't know, and they say anything about President Trump, I said, do you know about the TPP? First thing I ask, I even have it in videos. I've gotten so many people with this, it's not even funny. The TPP, the Trans-Pacific Partnership, right? That alone that he withdrew us from as one of his first acts saved our economy and saved our country. The Trans-Pacific Partnership was another NAFTA, would have destroyed what was left of our jobs and everything, okay? And given it to China. It was pretty much China, our government betraying us with China, pretty much. You know what I mean? They sold us out to China. And I'll never forget, about, I don't know, a month before the election, I'm walking by the train by my house, and you had a young libtard by the train. And he comes up and he goes, listen, sign the petition to not join the TPP. So I'm like, oh, yeah. I was like, don't worry. When President Trump wins the election, he's going to withdraw us from the TPP. He goes, well, how do you know he's going to win the election? I was like, don't worry about it. He's going to win. Now, it turned out that guy was a Bernie guy. I was like, yo, why? Who do you like, bro? He was like, Bernie. I was like, yeah. Because President Trump started saying about the TPP towards the end, the Bolshevik Muppet Bernie started saying that the TPP wasn't good, okay? Because he saw, and even then Hillary, who was for it 100%, and Obama, who was for it 100%, changed their mind when they saw that President Trump was right about wanting to withdraw from. So you know what I told the libtard? I said, listen, buddy, Trump's winning the presidency. I guarantee you, he looked at me like with a confused look on. And I was like, and he's going to withdraw us from the TPP. Don't worry about it. It's all good. He goes, yeah, but it's going to be too late. Then it's going to be signed. I go, don't worry. I said, oh, President Trump's going to do it. He's going to do it. And one of the first things he did was withdraw us from the TPP. That would have destroyed us. Done. And not even that. The Paris Accord scam. Okay? Listen, the climate change is on its own. Instead of everybody focusing on how to protect ourselves from a changing climate that happens, it happened throughout the ages since the beginning of the earth. We've had at least 5 ice ages. Now they're saying the polar ice is growing back now. They're saying even the guy who invented the Weather Channel, he said that global warming is a joke. It's fake. I mean, the climate change is happening, but the whole point is that it's not man-made, okay? That it happens naturally. And just the left and the Democrats, the globalists, all these New World Order types are trying to profit off it. Okay, it's a hoax. That's all it is. And the Paris Accord was going to take our money, folks, our money. Well, first of all, Obama already gave $500 billion of our dollars to the Paris Accord before he left office. Now that money, there's no trace of what's going to happen to that money. You have the wee rich bureaucrats over there in Europe and Brussels and France that would steal all our money. And so, in other words, our government wanted to give our money to the elites, to the globalists in Europe. Okay, that's pretty much. Again, China wasn't going to do anything. India wasn't going to do anything. Indonesia, all these countries that pollute a lot, they weren't going to do anything. It was just going to be, it was a redistribution of our wealth into the New World Order's pockets. That's all that was. They're trying to profit off the whole climate change hoax. Again, it's happening, but it happens naturally. Like I said, remember Noah's Ark? You know, there's been natural disasters, flood, everything's been happening before industry. So they're trying to just profit off it. Okay, so instead of really focusing on how to protect ourselves against it, they're just trying to take our money. What do you think in France they're having the yellow vest protest for over there for so long? Because they're in the Paris Accord, their taxes are through the roof, their gasoline is triple what ours are. Everything, they can't even afford to eat because everything is taxed so high, supposedly for the environment. Really, France? What do they produce anyway? What do they produce? Got a bic on me, this is made in France. You know? And plus, speaking of France, I'm going to get on a little... Man, that thing that happened at Notre Dame, no bueno. That wasn't good. And you know what? Very suspicious. Because you know why? You know what? If you want, could you go to my Twitter page?
Sure, right here. Hang on. It's up.
All right, scroll down. You're gonna see there's like 3 churches being burned in France every day. No, this is
This is your Twitter.
Let me see. Yeah, but I didn't tweet these out.
No, it's just your. This isn't all. This is your feed.
Oh, that's my. Oh, I'm like, yo, what do you? I didn't retweet those or tweet those. What's going on? No, that's my main feed. Yeah.
Oh, whoops.
It's
sorry.
not my page.
Whoopsie.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, wait a minute. Yeah, you wouldn't know what I retweeted or tweeted anyway. Yeah,
exactly.
Hey, it's all right. Hey, we're working on it, folks. You know, we're trying our best.
So how far down we going here?
Go a little further down. Yeah, there you will.
Just how far down this rabbit hole will we go? Oh, right here?
Yeah, look at this right here. Catholic churches are being desecrated across France, and officials. Now, this is why Newsweek. Look at what I tweeted. See, Twitter's good. I like Twitter. Boom, I see some. Now, this is another. Did you hear about this church fire? I didn't.
No.
They've been having church fires all over the place.
Back on St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah. So you know what? Listen. This is the way I see it. You have good people and bad people of all races. I'm not saying. But again, unless you have a scanner that could scan people 100% foolproof when they come into your country, if they're good or bad, you got to be very careful, folks. Because now they let a lot of jihadis in there, and it's not good, they're going all over the world. Now, again, you know what it is? This is what I say. The globalists, the leftists, what they're doing is this. Did you ever play Russian roulette, folks? I don't recommend you do. I didn't. I'm not, I ain't playing no Russian roulette. You know what Russian roulette is? You have a gun, and you have only one bullet, and you keep clicking the trigger. You go around. The Russians used to get drunk on vodka, hey, doisky, and put guns to their head, and Russian roulette. Usually it's a revolver, and again, most of the chambers are empty, but you got one in there. Would any of you doing that? So what the New World Order, leftists, globalists, all of them are doing with our lives, they're playing Russian roulette with our lives.
You nailed that accent, by the way.
Yeah, that's right. Das vidanya, yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, I don't want to be investigated for any Russian affiliations. You know what I mean?
For real.
So
it is 2019 after all.
Oh, wait a minute. I ate Russian dressing yesterday, man.
Oh shit,
man.
How fast does that? How long does that stay in your system?
Yeah, I don't know, bro. You think they're gonna come get me for Russian dressing, bro?
Jesus, man, I don't
on
know.
my salad? Wow.
I mean,
yeah.
If I know, they know.
You know what?
If I know, they know.
Hopefully President Trump will help me out or something.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, so they have church attacks all the time there, and you didn't even hear about that. So yesterday also, if you scroll down a little more, if you want, and I'm on my feed. Oh, by the way, I just wanted to say, go back really Newsweek.
Where?
Really, Catholic churches are being desecrated across France, and officials don't know why. I could solve it for you. Pay me, but I'll tell you for free. You let jihadis in your country, that's what happens. That's what happens.
Whoopsie.
Okay? All right, now. No, it's a very good video. I want, if you click on that, although there's subtitles, here? With the woman. This is a good video right here, and it's subtitles. So is there sound coming out?
There will be. Oh, that's very helpful. I'm sure everyone's going to be able to fucking appreciate that. Do we have one listener who's
ودستور يخلي حد
Just read the
يقنعني
subtitle.
انه في
She's a
امريكا
pretty
وفي
woman,
اوروبا
though.
وفي بريطانيا موجود اللي يسويه داعش في السوريين وفي الازيديين، وموجود اللي يسوونه في العراقيين، وموجود كل هذا، فلهذا هم يطبقون قوانينهم علينا. ليه نرمي عليهم مشاكلنا؟ ليه احنا من 1400 سنه احنا نذبح بعض عشان واحد يصلي كذا وواحد يصلي كذا؟ ايش دخل؟ امريكا ما كانت من 1400 سنه، امريكا لم تكن من 300
The
سنه.
jihadis been doing
احنا
things
في
before
حروب
America,
وفي
Britain, everybody
في
existed.
دماء من
My
1400 سنه
ancestors
نجي
fought him
الحين
1,000 years
نحط
in my
امريكا
family.
وبريطانيا.
Tell me about that.
Have they stoned that woman to death since this video's
I
been
hope
made?
she's still alive. She's a beautiful
Jesus.
woman. Hey, listen, you know, if she wants to come here, don't worry. You know what I mean? She's a sweet girl and she's intelligent. God bless her. You know what I mean? But you saw what she said.
Yeah.
Okay, you know, it's not a joke.
Sensible,
Okay? And
mathematical,
like I said, there's
measured.
good people.
You know?
You remember even then when we had the first MAGA meetup?
Yeah.
The cab driver, he lives in your building, right? The one that brought us there?
Yeah, yeah, he
He's
does.
a Muslim guy.
Mhm.
We're all with MAGA hats. He loved us. He was smiling. I don't remember. He didn't want to take money even from us in the beginning, right?
He didn't want us to. He wanted to give us a big discount. We're like, no, man. This is, you know, he was nice enough
and
to.
this guy, he's a Muslim guy. He loves us. Always says hi. We have our MAGA hats.
Great dude.
We treat him like great. You know, he lives in our neighborhood. God bless him. He's a great man. You know what I mean? So it ain't about that. There's good people and bad. But again, it's Russian roulette. You know, it's tough. You know, even Eric Trump back in the days when President Trump was talking about, you know, the refugees coming here. Even Eric Trump said, and there's another good analogy. If you have a bowl of Skittles and someone tells you that 3 of them are poison, are you going to eat any, folks? Seriously. You know, and it's more than 3 when you're talking about a group coming in. So, you know, you see what's going on in these countries. Like I said, they're attacking churches all over France. Even in New York, I remember, what was it, a couple of years ago, when Obama was still president, of course, a historic church in Jersey, where there's a lot of jihadis around there known. It went up in flames. They torched a historic church in Jersey. I don't remember the name.
I don't know.
It, but I remember it being on the news, and that was Holy Week. Really?
Yeah, again, just like these. Just like these.
And you know what? And then also a few years ago in the city, there was a Serbian Orthodox church, very historic church also. That went up in flames a few days before Orthodox Easter.
No,
those are coincidences,
yeah,
man, really right before the holiday. So, you know what?
Both the different types of sides of the faith.
And that's what bothers me. You see, the left, like I said, I'm all for protecting the rights of all good people, and I wish all good people well, right? And there's good and bad in all walks of life. Like I said, look at the white leftists. Oh, you
the
know
worst.
What I mean? Look at the Schumers, the Soroses. Nothing's worse than Little Swallowswell running for president. Yo, is he like 2'5" or 2'7"? I forget.
I don't know. I think he's just officially classified as pigmy. To break it down further than that is considered rude and untasteful.
I can't remember if Swallowswell is 2.5 feet or 2 feet 7 inches. I can't. I'm trying to remember that, you little punk.
It depends which news site you check. You know.
But you know
where they do the tail of the tape.
You know what it is also? You know, Swallowswell has an easy slogan, so he's not going to have to spend too much money trying to find a slogan.
Save the consulting firm sometime.
Vote for me. I want to take all your weapons and leave you defenseless, or I'll nuke you.
Yeah, right.
That's a slogan.
It's concise enough to fit on a bumper sticker.
Yeah, you know, it's pretty. You know, or you can shorten it. Give me your guns, or I'll nuke you.
Yeah, right. Boom.
You know, it's pretty much Duke Nukem over there.
Right to the
little
point.
2'5" midget. Get out of here, boy. You're a punk. You ain't winning nothing. Look at your district. Yo, what were you saying before about, you know, he's right near San Fran. I don't think he's San Fran, but he's near there.
Yeah, so check this out, right?
Yeah, look at what's going on. Oh,
you guys know this. I mean, this was a joke saying about how it's not safe to wear clean shoes in San Francisco. You guys know the stories. People are pulling their corporate conventions out of San Francisco. People are going there on vacation and leaving reviews about how shocked they are about how it's been. Now, here's how it goes. You read these articles and they talk about how much human feces there is all over the streets, people just taking shits out in the open, just completely disrespectful. Now, we all know that, right? So we've seen that. But when it comes down to, there's a company out here that allows for a map, and they take government data that's reported from people that are out cleaning this stuff up, and I guess over the last like 5 or so years, they've, you know, basically made like a heat map of where this stuff all is. Now, again, you guys have probably heard about the ones that show a couple of blocks in San Francisco and which ones are the worst. This, though, that you're about to see is a map of San Francisco, 5 years, all the human waste. This is reported. So if this is reported, there's 3 times. If this is the reported ones, there's 3. Now look at this. Now look, we're so far out that you could see the entirety of Oakland, Alameda, the Bay.
That's Democrats for you.
I mean, look at these ones off in the water. Were they on the bridge? They were on the bridge, some people, I guess. But look at this. Where the fuck is San Francisco? It's under all the actual shit, and it's fitting.
It's literally a map of crap.
It's fitting that it's little brown dots. You know what I mean? Like, come on. Like, whoever made this website is at least a good sense of humor in the background. And this isn't like a conservative website. This is it's called Open the Books, making sure that certain things are available for information transparency online. So you could run all these different scenarios and stuff, but this is just human waste. This isn't any needles. This isn't animal stuff. I mean, look, if you zoom in, you can see how close we are. Like, we're on a neighborhood by neighborhood level here, and you just can't see anything.
But crap.
It's like, look at this.
Look at this.
That's not even the center of town. I'm off in like I'm out in the suburbs right now.
Here
we go.
Typhus is breaking out. Typhus is breaking out.
Oh no, they get the measles and mumps and all stuff.
Another achievement of the Democrats. Yeah, vote for us, you get typhus.
This is insane.
No, seriously. How could
guys share this out so people see this?
Yeah,
I didn't know this
share
website
this.
exists.
Yeah,
it's called OpenTheBooks.com, and then you can search for San Francisco human waste reportings, and it's in there. My God.
That's the Democrats, and they're talking doodle, really, man. Literally, they're talking doodle.
Yeah, right.
And their districts are full of doodle.
I can't deal with that, man. When I was zooming out at like space level, I'm like, if you fly over from space, do you see this? Like, do you see it more brown in that part of California when you fly over from like a shuttle or the International Space Station or something? Look at this.
Seriously.
We're out at like...
This is their crown achievement. Detroit went bankrupt, and now the Bay Area's got crap everywhere, and typhus and all this other crap.
It's insane.
Yeah, seriously. That's their great achievement. And high taxes and high crime. So you got high taxes, high crime, and a lot of crap. Yeah,
that's why I think it's funny if they actually pull off that whole like busing people into the sanctuary cities idea. If they pull that off, that's hilarious.
See, listen to me. I've never disagreed with President Trump on anything because he's right about everything, and I think I understand why he's saying this to call them out. Because even Big Bird, if you go on top of my Twitter again, there was a thing about Big Bird, de Blasio, de Turdio. That's what I call him, de Ballsio. That's all he is. If you go back there, you go to the top. It's one of my first tweets. I just tweeted that he was a turd. You know, I write a lot of technical stuff, but what do we got here?
I guess Periscope wasn't working so hot. Hey, if you're that one person on Periscope, go ahead and check out the YouTube link that we posted for you. You'll actually get to enjoy it more.
Yeah.
Sorry about that, guys.
Yeah, listen, we're working on it, folks.
Yeah. Incorporating some new stuff. Where here? De Blasio's a turd right here. All right, here we go.
Usually, if you see my other tweets, very technical, very intelligent. But once in a while, I saw this. Lori Hendry's great, by the way, on Twitter. If you go on Twitter, follow her. She's a big supporter of President Trump. She's always there tweeting, fighting for him online. She's great, Lori. I love Lori. Yeah.
Hey, by the way, earlier on our YouTube chat, Feisty said hello. So hey, Feisty.
Oh, Feisty. Hi,
love you,
Feisty. Yeah, I'm trying to think over there on the side. It's the YouTube people, right?
It's picking up the YouTube. I guess Periscope wasn't working, so we got the YouTube chat on here so he can see it a little bit.
Trying to see all the comments. Say hello to everybody here on Facebook too. What do we got?
And just so you guys know too, we're real loose tonight. Like, we're gonna have some segments going. We're gonna have some different things week by week. Pat's gonna be here every week coming on. So thanks for bearing with us. Thanks for checking this one out because we're just gonna keep getting this tighter and tighter each time we go. So thank you guys. Love yous.
You got Mary C on YouTube. She writes, I drove in San Francisco and got a run by shitting right in front of me. It was so gross.
A run by shitting.
A run by...
like a drive-by shooting, but a run by shitting. That's how...
See, I'm reading it off the screen.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wait a minute.
Hey, that English major's got to be worth something for me,
That's great. That's great.
A
Mary
run by
C,
shitting.
yeah, I know. It's unbelievable, these Democrats. That's why another thing, you know what's funny? I'm so used to calling them Democrats. When I talk to even someone on the street and I just say the word Democrat, it's just like not even. It's just, I can't say crat anymore. I just say crap because everything they touch turns to crap.
You've just reprogrammed your brain now at this point. Beautiful.
So
hey, you got it right. You got it right.
Seriously, it's absolutely right. Let's see, what do we got?
So wait, did you see how?
Badelli, what's up, Badelli?
I saw this over the weekend or something. I guess there was all the banking CEOs were in Congress for some sort of congressional hearing. Forgive me, I didn't keep up on exactly why they were there, but Maxine Waters, Melted Candle Maxine, was who's in charge of the House Finance. Yeah, she's like, it's not that the questions are just ridiculous. It's so ridiculous for someone who runs the Financial Committee. So she was asking these guys. I think I could pull a video of it up. She was asking these guys. Did you see this? You didn't hear this at all, Tony? You didn't hear this?
I did, but I didn't read the details.
She basically asked him.
I can't get to everything.
She asked one of them something about like why have what have you guys done to like fix, relieving some student loans or forgiving or et cetera, like some sort of question like that. And he's like, well, since we got out of doing student loans in 2007, we haven't really had any involvement in that. And so she moved on to like the next person and asked like a similar question. And each of them categorically was like, well, we don't know what we would do because we haven't been involved in it for like 12 years. They were one after the other, and then I think she finally caught on after like 3 of them. I'll see if I can get the video right here. But it was
seriously, she's another one. Are you kidding me? Really?
See what?
First of all, she doesn't even live in a district. She lives in a mansion outside of her district. She pays her daughter like $100,000 a year.
Yeah, shout out to Omar Navarro. He was going up against her.
You know what? I guarantee you,
good first run. We'll get it the next time.
But without voter fraud, he would have won.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, man, it was probably voter fraud.
She's in deep. She's powerful. You know what I mean? If anyone could do it, she could pull it off.
Why would people still vote for her? With their districts literally shit, like.
Because man, you know how it goes.
I don't know.
I mean, we still can't be wondering that shit, right?
Yeah,
that's a rhetorical question at this point. But so hang on, let me see if this is working. Let me get this queued up. We'll see if we can get her on doing it.
The purpose of the hearing was really to.
I didn't get this queued up perfectly. Sorry. Let's just scrub through and see if we can find it.
Stand that we know to what happened,
which is on top of the defaulted.
Okay, so this should
low
probably
IQ.
be
Low IQ.
Last month, this committee received testimony that last year 1 million student loan borrowers defaulted, which is on top of the 1 million
Smoke more, Maxine.
defaulted the year
Her
before.
and Pelosi.
What are you guys doing to help us with the student loan debt?
Yeah, here you go.
Who would like to
What
answer first?
are y'all doing to help us?
Mr. Mott, answer first.
Hang on, here you go. Ready?
Who would like us doing to help us defaulted the year before? What are you guys doing to help us with the student loan debt? Who would like to answer first? Mr. Monahan, Big Bank.
We stopped making student loans in 2007 or so.
Mr. Monahan, Big Bank.
Mr. Corbett?
We exited student lending in 2009.
Mr. Diamond?
When the government took over student lending,
Jamie
in
Dimon,
2010
he's a
or so, we
dirtbag.
stopped doing all student lending.
Now, sir, this was an awkward moment. What's
Literally all
striking
3 in a
about
row.
this-
Bang, bang, bang. That wasn't even edited to like go through other questions. That was just.
Dude.
What do you? She goes, Mr. Monahan, Big Bank.
Dude, I guarantee you, Maxie Waters got to have signs in the house which way the bathroom is. Are you serious,
Oh my God, bro.
Seriously, bro?
I can't even.
Yo, how do these people
can't
have
even deal with that
power?
shit.
Folks, I can't understand this. I can't. There's one thing I'm never going to understand. How people like her, Pelosi, Schumer, all the dirtbag swamp rats. Freaking pencil neck Schiff, swallows well, Swalwell. How do these people have power, man? Seriously, man? That's not right.
You know who's keeping his head down is Chucky. You don't hear about him now during all this other stuff with all the guys running for president now.
Well, you know what I think is going on? You know what I think? I can't suspect. I think he's very upset about all the anti-Semitism coming from the Democrats now.
True.
Because one thing, he's a snake, Schumer.
Yeah.
But one thing, he's been pro-Israel his whole life. And, which is mostly people on our side are pro-Israel, and the good people are. And I don't think he really likes the fact of, like Ilhan Omar now with all her anti-Semitism and, a lot of people like AOC backing her up and, the Democrat Party not condemning her and, Bolshevik Bernie even, siding with her. I mean, listen, this is the way I see it. And I'm going to say this too. Anyone that ever says this is why these people, they just talk, they accuse with no proof of anything. It has nothing to do with Ilhan Omar's race, religion, or nothing. Okay? What it has to do with, she's a Soros agent, leftist, criminal. One of her first acts that when she came here was, she did immigration fraud. She married her own brother. Okay? And then she broke the law by using campaign funds to pay for the lawyer's fees for that whole marriage and, I don't know, divorce or whatever you want to call it, that whole scam. And the point is, never mind she shouldn't be in Congress. She should have been deported for that because, you know what? Even throughout the years, if a European immigrant came here and did some kind of immigration fraud, like they married a woman for money or something like that, and they got caught, he would be deported, or she, or whatever. So the point is, why isn't the law being followed for all people? You know what I'm saying?
And even those people who were doing that illegally and kind of cheating the system, which obviously is bad, they had to like really do it. Like they had to go take photos together at places and take like a vacation.
Pay money. I don't
and
know
go
the full
do,
details. I don't know anyone that did that.
No, I mean, I heard that they like investigate to make sure that you're not just like saying that you're together. You got to be like sharing a home. Your bills have to be going to the same address for a little while, or at least you can't have anything too loose about it. Like even the people cheating it have to jump through a million hoops. So it's like the fact that they I don't know, make it. It's almost like
point
the poor people should be angry at the Democrats. Like, what about us? Like, what about the regular poor people here?
That's what I mean. We've allowed. Well, you know what happened, right? Under Obama. Why? You know, it's funny. I even write. Some people probably like, oh, he's spelling it wrong. No, I'm not. I know what I'm doing. I spell very good. When I write Obama, I write like bomb. OBOMBA.
Yeah.
Obama. You know.
Record holder.
You know, I ask Libya about how many bombs they got from him.
Coming in hot.
Yeah. So, which led to slavery in Libya, by the way. You know what's hilarious, Henham? Seriously. I mean, this is a fact. I'm not making. I wish I was making it up, because it's really sad. You know, because I don't believe in slavery. Sorry. You know, because of Obama illegally attacking Libya. You know he did that unconstitutionally. You know that, right?
No, totally. Yeah.
He didn't ask permission to attack Libya. Congress didn't approve it. They weren't a direct threat to us.
Yeah, we were just drone
Actually,
striking
Gaddafi
people.
had given up his nukes. I bet you he regrets doing that. You know, that's why some countries don't want to give up their nukes, because they know how our deep state is. Oh, you know what I mean? I bet you, little Rocket Man Kim. You know what he probably told President Trump? Listen, man, if you take full control of your country, get rid of the deep state, and it's being run by honest people, I'll give up my nukes. But you know what? If you're going to be gone one day and the deep state's still around and they're going to come after me, I don't want to end up like Gaddafi. You can't really blame.
Right, you know what I mean?
You can't really blame the guy either. You know, our deep state's done a lot of dirt all these years. You know, like I said, I always separated country from the government and the deep state. You know what the deep state does is not our country's fault. Our country's the best.
Oh, right.
This land's provided
Those
so
are
many
people.
opportunities. You know, we have great people in this country. I love my fellow Americans, my brothers and sisters here. You know what I'm saying? So
when you get deep state, it's like people clinging to their own power.
The deep
They're
state's
clinging
traitors.
to their
They
own
don't care
power.
about this country.
You know? It's like maybe what they do is good for the country, maybe it's bad. They don't care. They do whatever they got to do to keep their power centralized.
For themselves,
right. You know what the funny part is? Logically speaking, you almost can't blame them, but you could judge them. But you could judge them.
You know why?
You know what I mean?
Because they could still make money and do right for their family and
Yeah.
be loyal to their country.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, look, if somebody offered you $2 million or $20 million, but $20 million you stab your country, screw everyone, but $2 million you still live.
No, yeah, they take the $2 million. Yeah, every fucking time, every time.
You know what I'm saying? I'd rather have less. And you know, I'm a patriot. I love my country. I love, you know, my dad came here as a poor immigrant. My mother's grandparents came here as poor Jewish immigrants, persecuted immigrants. And this country, even though my grandfather, my mother's father, fought in the Battle of Guadalcanal, he was in the Marines and got wounded in that battle, so he fought for this country too. So, you know, this country did great. My dad came here as a poor Greek immigrant. So, but, you know, he always obeyed the law. He loved this country. He brought me up to respect this country too and love it. So that's the way I expect from other people, you know?
It's funny you mentioned that because someone on Facebook had just commented, not sure what Uncle Tony's ethnic origin is, maybe Italian.
I'm
Anybody
half
know?
Greek, half Jewish.
I was like, wow, you just told the story without even knowing the comment was there. Right?
No, I saw that comment, but then I just started talking.
And hey, by the way, those of you dropping us a comment, we appreciate you checking us out tonight. Please hit like, hit share, help us out, get this out to more people because, you know, we're just going to keep this kicking. We got to go hard through 2020. We have to.
Yo, what's going on, Jared? Yeah, I know Minnie commented before. I wasn't sure that was your YouTube handle. What's going on, brother? How's the baby? Everything's good. God bless. Great family. Patriots. So, what's it called? So, yeah, so anyway, this Ilan, she also said to have leniency for terrorists. And not even that. If you remember,
she wrote a letter requesting leniency for guys returning from ISIS.
You know what it is, man?
Basically.
I'll be honest with you. It's not even her. It's who's behind her.
Right.
She's just an agent.
Right.
She's a puppet.
Right.
She's got no real power.
She probably like means well or
Soros.
something.
No, I don't even know if she means well. I don't think she has a soul. But anyway, that's why she has no soul. Soros found her, and they come here, soulless little wench. Now you do my bidding, and if anybody criticizes you, just pull that racism crap. But we know that. It ain't, man, you ain't fooling us. It has nothing, like I said. I always say this to people. If she was just like President Trump, if she had his exact policies and exactly what he believes, and she was just like him, and she was an ally of MAGA, I would support her 100%. So it ain't about her looks. Like I don't care what race, religion, anyone is. If you're good, you're good. You're bad, you're bad. Like I said, just look at the left. There's a diverse group of scumbags there of all types. And look at our side. We have a bunch of great people on our side of all types. So it is what it is, you know?
And hey, just a reminder, a couple people are on Periscope right now, probably bad video. Jump on over to his Twitter feed, at Uncle Tony RP, and you can check us out right on YouTube. I posted the link for you.
What's going on, Tallboy on YouTube? Tallboy76, what's going on?
Yeah, it's good to see. It's good to see all this coming back in again. I miss all this, you know. I really do.
Yeah.
I really did.
Although we never did live YouTube before. This is the first.
Correct. This is our
This is
first
the
ever live YouTube. That is
Facebook
true.
is what I was using for my live, and then Periscope.
Right.
You know, we were doing the rants in the street, but then
Yeah.
you know what it is?
That's
all
me
you,
with
all
two
you, all
phones,
you need
yeah.
is 2 phones. Now we got the whole.
It's funny. You try to set some stuff up, and it becomes a whole other. I'm
You
getting
know?
I'm getting like a minor in AV networking over here.
You know what? I want to just say something.
Yeah, for the record, I'm a salesman, not a producer, so we're working
Yeah,
this out
that's
week
what
by
I'm
week.
saying.
But it's good because then you guys can grow with us. You'll see it get a little better, make it worth your while to see what's going to improve next week. Maybe Periscope will have an actual video
Yeah,
on it
you,
next week.
you could grow with us, you know?
Yeah, we appreciate you guys. We're going to have a number you guys can call into as well, so you guys could talk to Tony and Pat. And actually, I should have teased this right at the beginning, but you guys hung out this long so you could find out. I don't know. I'm not going to say who it is yet, but there's a really big guest we're going to have on soon once I get these technical difficulties worked out. Because, this is a guy that goes on national television. You would probably know him, even if you don't know his name. You've probably seen him. And he's a friend, and he's someone that would definitely be.
He's a
when
patriot.
When I mentioned
That's
he could
all I
come
care
on
about.
here,
You're a
he
patriot.
he was pretty happy about it. So we'll let you guys know well in advance of that. But we got a lot of stuff that hopefully you can be looking forward to.
You know what's funny? I have my buddy over here. See this guy Padelike on Facebook? He's been bugging me to say this, and I promised him I would. So I gotta, change a little course. And he's saying, "Yo, Jason, big story. My boy Padeli's a paparazzi, so I get scoops about what's going on with it. But anyway, yeah, this is an old story, but he just loves the fact that it happened. You know who Jason Biggs is?
American
Is
Pie
that-
actor?
Yeah. He's the one that peed all over Chelsea Handler, that dirtbag.
Wait, what? I didn't know that. What happened?
You don't know about him pissing in the mouth?
No. Like they were hooking up or something?
No,
and
there's
he
a
was
video.
Trying to watch the language.
See, man,
There's a video.
I bookmarked it a while ago.
I'm not sure we can broadcast that.
No, but, well, yeah. Well, no. You never seen that when he's urinating on her over the side of a boat?
No.
Chelsea Handler?
Dude, no. Like as a prank?
I thought we even covered that in one of my own rants.
No, first I need to establish, was this
No,
sexual
it just
and
happened.
consensual?
No.
He just straight up took a piss on her,
Yeah,
over a railing.
You know that filthy, disgusting, trashy thing, Chelsea Handler, right?
Are you sure that wasn't the scene from the movie where one of them gets pissed on from above the railing?
She even said on the night talk show, yeah, he peed on me. So what? If somebody had to get peed on, I got peed on. Yeah,
No,
Chelsea Handler, that trash.
I didn't know that.
Well, you know Chelsea Handler, she came out with a book recently. Yeah, I'm not saying.
Well, she always does. She has to keep making money.
Oh, really? She has books? Well, I just saw it on Twitter. The point was she was making the rounds saying that because of President Trump, she got hooked on alcohol and drugs.
That she had to see like a therapist.
And
or
see a therapist.
Yeah.
No. You were a drunken piece of trash, drugged out prostitute. Before.
Alleged.
Yeah. Disgusting skank. Okay, we'll say skank.
That's better.
Way before President Trump was in the scene, you disgusting pig. I used to remember seeing even her on previews on TV back in the days for her show. And I was like, man, she's wasted, man. She popped a couple of those pillies. She drank a couple of those whiskeys, man. That was way before President Trump. So she was making the rounds
and
last
she's
week.
right about it in her routines. Like she would do stand-up and talk about it.
Oh, I never watched the stuff, yeah.
No, I'd see her. She'd be on like some thing with other people, where they're showing a few minutes of each person or something. Well, not that she does it at her show, but just that she was getting fucked up and partying and stuff. Yeah, absolutely. But I mean, she, you got to think of it. It's like, when it all comes back around, if she had like latent mental issues and getting pissed about Trump brought her to a therapist, technically speaking, she's like benefiting from him being there. Because she might not have gone to that therapist
Without
and got
him.
her issues worked out without him. Now she's probably a healthier person. She's probably running. She's probably doing yoga and meditating or something. You know what I mean?
But anyway, yeah. So she was trying to say, what happened was, it was about a year ago. Her and Jason Biggs were on vacation somewhere. She was swimming in the water, and he's on top of a boat. And she's in the water below him, and he just takes it out and starts pissing on her. And she's in the water over there. And instead of her swimming away, she's sitting there going like, and the urine's going in her mouth, the piss. And she's
not terribly surprising, given what you know.
So I promised my boy Padilla, because he loves that. He gets a kick out of that one. A lot of people get a kick. She talks like she's all this and that. Meanwhile, listen, lady, you allowed a dude to urinate on you and open your mouth. And we're like, it's so nice. Yeah, right. There's a video, like I said, out there,
What's up, Bass Chica?
What's up, Bass Chico? What's going on?
Thank you for joining us.
Just snuggling the pets on the couch. What kind of pets? What do you got? I'm a big animal lover. I love animals. Animals are the best. Dogs, cats, horses, birds, all that. I love all animals, of course, but you got your favorites.
I know one kind of animal you don't like.
What kind?
Filthy animals.
Filthy animal. I don't like filthy animal. Filthy human animals.
Figured that was a layup,
No, see, filthy human animals. No good, no good, no good. You know?
Now,
a
how
Westie
about-
dog and 2 cats, good. I love dogs and cats the best.
How about how wasn't there something that came out recently about, Bernie released his taxes, showed that he's a 1%er, and then he's like, they confronted him or something, and I didn't see the whole thing. I just saw some
He
headlines.
pays the
alluding
lowest
to it.
possible taxes. He
Right.
doesn't barely contribute anything to charity. He's a dirtbag.
Oh yeah, they said it was like showing that he was very stingy. or
Yeah,
something.
very stingy.
Huh.
Meanwhile, because of President Trump, millions of people have futures now. They have jobs. Like I said, he withdrew us from the TPP and Paris Accord, which would have destroyed us. First of all, you know what I want to do? I wish he would come up and say, yo, give me that $500 billion back, you people jacked up from Obama, that dirtbag. Obama gave $500 billion. And you know the whole TPP, the whole Paris Accord, it was set to be about $1.5 trillion, the first round. So in other words, Obama and the swamp here was going to let the rich European bureaucrats sitting in their offices eating croissants and eating cheesecakes and tiramisus and all that good stuff, and lobsters, and they would have been eating that with our money from over here, sending them our money. And the swamp and Obama were just allowing, and they still want to. Oh, the Paris Accord. No. Okay? That was pure theft of our money. So I want that $500 billion back, by the way, also. See, President Trump, there's only so many things he could do. The guy, he's fighting on all angles. It's like a battle. He's battling everybody. I love it. It's great. He's a fighter, man. Unbelievable. 72 years old, and he's a fighter. Man, what a great guy. I love that guy. He's a fighter. He doesn't back down. Today he tweeted out, I have it on my Twitter, about Crazy Bernie. Did you see that?
No.
He tweeted out. Oh, if you want to go back to my Twitter.
Who are we looking up here? Who posted it?
Me.
Oh, okay.
It's on the front. Oh,
I'll launch it. I'll launch it on the screen once you find it.
Check President Trump's page. Okay. Go to President Trump. @real Donald Trump. There you go.
Here, let me launch it onto the screen here.
Now, I was busy even coming here, so I didn't check up the minute Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk's great.
You know how long ago it was? I could find it.
Yeah. We gotta keep scrolling. Let's see. Wait. So wait. Oh, go down. Back a little up. Right there. Look at that. Look at what he tweeted out. I love this guy. He's the best. Look at this. So weird to watch Crazy Bernie on Fox News. That was a debate yesterday. Sorry, I didn't watch it. I seen a couple little sound bites from it, but I'm gonna see that Muppet. Anyway, not surprisingly, Brett Baer and the audience, because I love President Trump, knows everything, folks. This guy is 1,000 steps ahead of everybody. Was so smiley and nice. Very strange. And now we have Donna Brazil. You know that tweet, I'm telling you, his tweets are powerful, folks. That's what I'm saying. The tweets are powerful. That's why they hate him. Because right there, he cuts away. The fake news wouldn't have told us this. They wouldn't. Right there, first of all, he called him Crazy Bernie, which I love. And then about Fox, because Fox is getting suspect, unfortunately. It says, not Brett Baer. You know what? People were commenting on social media last night that Baer and Martha McCallum, unfortunately, I like Martha, very soft on Bernie. They didn't ask him the tough questions. They let him ramble on. Oh, and I'm going to give the free health care to everybody. And even when the Martians come from Mars, I'm going to give them free health care and free college. And, everything's going to be free for every free.
Well, we have to be inclusive, Tony.
Yeah, of course, yeah. So, yeah. And then, about Donna Brazil. Donna Brazil's the one that gave the questions to Hillary for the debate.
Yeah, exactly.
And she's on Fox right now, really.
Yeah. She
So,
made the move,
see that tweet is big. He called everybody out on that, bro. Even Brett Baer.
Yeah.
The audience, quote unquote, because it was a set audience. That wasn't a Fox News audience.
Right.
If they would have put a Fox News audience in there, bro, he would have. Oh, could you imagine a bunch of MAGAs in there? They would have booed him out of the freaking place. They would have booed him out of there.
Yeah,
I
could see, if it's like on a different network maybe, but if it was a typical Fox.
Yeah, but
no. And by the way, as someone, I've been to a couple shows. One on, I've been to like Greg Gutfeld filming on Fox, and I've been to some other ones. By the way, sorry, I'm just being a little quieter, guys, because it's late here. I've been to Greg Gutfeld filming, and I've been to some other shows on, like, say, like Comedy Central or other of the networks where it's more like much more liberal. You go to some of those other ones, zero like customer care given, no refreshments, no nothing. I went to Greg Gutfeld; they're giving out, decent, food and drink and stuff like that. Yeah, they take good care. They take good care of the audiences at Fox. So that's just another thing. Like, they just do good business. But you mentioned one thing before that I thought was hilarious about the Paris Accord. I can't imagine what kind of weird circle jerk of a room it has to be for all these people to get together and be like, all right, we're all going to agree not to do polluting because we think it's a good idea. And who wouldn't, right? But okay, so the 3 people that don't want to play along are like
biggest polluters.
3 of the 6 biggest.
No, they are the biggest.
Oh, no, totally biggest polluters. I'm talking about
China,
3 of the 5 biggest populations in the world between those
and biggest polluters.
China, India, and Brazil, and them. And it's like, you guys are all going to go slap yourselves in the back and call. It's all these politicians just want to say, I did this thing so I can get
but
reelected.
That would have hurt our industry,
you know what I mean?
It would have hurt a lot of things.
I know. No, I'm saying it's hilarious, though, that they're that transparent and fake in that, like, they can just...
But the idiots believe them.
They can just do it just to put a facade through. Yeah.
You know, the climate lobby is big.
Yeah.
You know, climate, save the planet. Well, I love the planet. I'm against pollution also. Now, if you remember, we had some big disasters back in the days, way before President Trump. The oil spill. The Exxon Valdez, big disasters. Like I said, they've polluted the environment. Remember the Colorado River when Obama was still president? That gold mine, that was bad.
Oh, yeah.
Honestly, that really broke my heart. Even the Gulf oil spill, that was just sad. Meanwhile, the Gulf oil spill, that's a long story about that too. Very, very suspicious circumstances with that.
You talking about the Gulf of Mexico or before earlier?
The BP.
The BP, yeah. I remember that one well.
Very, very sad. But even the Colorado River, you remember that with Obama with the gold mine? When it polluted the whole Colorado River, which like there was a water supply for how many states? That was bad.
It's
the water turned gold.
I mean,
my friend was there. He saw that.
It's bad.
The water was freaking literally bright yellow, and meanwhile it's supposed to be blue, fresh water.
Yeah, right.
And it was bright yellow. That wasn't good. Okay.
Yeah, it's like water that's in the wilderness, not supposed to be different colors.
I mean, I'm all for the environment, but the point is, remember Al Gore? Oh, yeah. the world's gonna. Shouldn't it be over already? Wasn't it? Didn't he say it was? I
feel like if he was doing anything, Trump should just call him Private Plane Al, just to call him right to his face.
He's another dirtbag.
Guy complains about global warming, flies around in a private jet.
Yeah,
probably. I think he owns a private jet.
And he was invested in a software company that was going to make a lot of money from the carbon credit transactions.
Of course he was.
Of course he was.
You know, I don't mind if you're going to make money off of doing something kind of honest, but like, don't wag the dog on an entire country or world, and then.
These guys want to steal our money.
Yeah, but
that's all it is. They want to steal our money.
Don't they have any pride though?
No, they
like
don't.
as adults and men.
Nah, they're low lives.
Like I mean, even criminals usually have a code of like
they sold their soul.
You know,
they sold their soul. It's gone. You know what I mean?
What a Faustian bargain! Jesus, it's like these are.
But anyway, President Trump stopped all that. So those things alone were huge, as he says, huge. They were huge. He's done a lot of good. What is it? 5.5 million jobs already created. You know, I went to do my taxes the other day, and you know my accountant. He says, man, the Trump tax cuts have helped because my accountant deals with a lot of small businesses also. And he said how much the Trump tax cuts have helped. Like, I'll give you an example. It saved a lot of small businesses in New York. You know why? Because in New York, these dirtbag Democrats have so many taxes and fees. And, you know, they raise the property taxes on businesses, the water bills, the oil bills, you know, the sanitation, you know, fees and fines and all this stuff. The cost of doing business here is so high that a lot of the places are only surviving because their corporate tax rate was cut by President Trump and the tax cuts for small businesses. And, you know, small businesses are the biggest employers in this country. So a lot of small businesses, including, I think, what is it, African-American small businesses are up 400% since President Trump took over or something like that. Again,
and there's big initiatives. You see signs all the time on the subway, like if you're a minority-owned business, they have programs in place to help you, like get like resources to get connected with contracts.
But
and
the point is,
before
the tax cuts, you know what it is? Because don't forget, in African-American communities, everything is taxed so high. Anything that you do, if you want to, let's say you're an African-American and you live in public housing and you want to get out, and you want to rent a store. The stores, the prices are too high. You know, the rents are too high, and the cost of doing business. So
shout out to Jimmy McMillan.
So you know what it is. If you lower the taxes, they have more of an opportunity to start their own businesses. Oh, but listen, we want everybody to be self-sufficient and be prosperous and good and all that. But the Democrats don't want that. They want people that keep needing them. That's the whole point with the Democrats. Keep you down. You know what I mean? When people say the man, the Democrats are the man. Yeah, stick it to the man. Yeah, it's Democrats, okay? Our side wants everybody to do well. You know, that's another thing that bothers me, folks. You know how they say, oh, like even this freaking Bolshevik Bernie Muppet-looking bastard, you know, Bernie, he was saying, oh, President Trump is racist. You know, I'm sick of them. They're saying he's racist. He divides the country. You know what? First of all,
they're just doubling down again. It's like,
excuse me. Yo, Bolshevik Bernie, President Trump received the Ellis Island Award in the presence of Rosa Parks, dude. Like, did you even ever, I mean, I don't know, Bernie, if you ever met Rosa Parks, did he ever get awards for doing anything? Did Rosa Parks ever give Bernie an award for anything?
Absolutely not.
Yeah,
I got to give him, he did get involved in the, what's it called? The civil rights movement.
Yeah, for his own sake.
Well, right. That's why I'm saying I got to at
Well,
least just as a fact
where does
check.
he live?
Yeah.
Where does he live?
I don't know.
Vermont.
Couple houses.
Vermont.
Couple different large houses.
No, but Vermont.
Oh, currently, yeah.
Yeah,
sure.
what's the diversity in Vermont? I don't think so.
I don't know. It's like a decimal number or something.
He helped in the
like a
civil rights movement, so why didn't he go move into a diverse area like we live? You know what I mean? He went to move to the mountains.
Yeah, right.
I mean, listen, Vermont's beautiful. Listen, I'm not knocking Vermont. All you people in Vermont. Although, let me tell you something. I heard Vermont's pretty conservative, but
they're just big on guns because a lot of hunting there, a lot of wilderness, a lot of camping.
How do they vote for this bullshit? How does this Bolshevik stay in power there?
A lot of hippies there.
A lot of hippies, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, it's like...
Although, listen, I'm a hippie. I'm all for free love and, everything's great. And, I want peace and love in the world. And, I love Mother Nature, But the point is, he's a Bolshevik. Even today I saw a video on Twitter. I didn't retweet it, though, because I retweeted it a while ago, where he was saying that back in the days they were interviewing him. And he was saying, food lines are good. It's a good thing in countries. Yeah. At least people will eventually get food. In some countries, people are starving to death.
Yeah, relativist much? Jesus Christ.
You see, you know what I'm saying? Plus, there was video, like I said, of him sitting with a bunch of commies back in the days in Russia, and they were drinking. He had his shirt off. Did you ever see that?
I did.
I didn't want to post that on here because I don't want to give people nightmares. Like, it kind of took me, kind of gave me a brain scar seeing Bernie shirtless. Especially the women. It might scare the women. I don't want to scare the poor women. You see Bernie shirtless. Oh. You know what I mean? So
imagine if he has like a full back tattoo, just like a fucking like an AK-47 full back tattoo.
Yeah. Remember the old Russian sickle that they used to use?
For some reason, I want when Bernie Sanders takes his shirt off to be like prison tats and shit like that. Like just, I don't know, something they just wouldn't expect.
But you know what was nice? The way he was sitting with those Ruskies. I'm just shocked that they couldn't convince him to play Russian roulette. You know what I mean? He should have been convinced to play Russian roulette back then because he's doing that with our lives. All these leftists are doing that with our lives. By the way, I saw one of my friends came on. I hope he's still on there. He commented a while ago on Facebook, but I wasn't able to comment back. My friend Lucas, Luca, Hola Cala. My boy Lucas, great guy.
He's the most recent comment, so maybe he's still here.
Yeah, hopefully still. Like 10 minutes ago, so hopefully he's still on watching, yeah? What's going on,
Yeah,
Luca?
we appreciate you guys sticking with us for the long haul. Because we're always going to do about an hour. We started late tonight because I was trying to get some tech sorted out. But usually it'll be 10 to 11.
We wanted to get 3 things going. We wanted to get Facebook, Periscope, and YouTube.
Yeah, 2
at
out
the
of 3.
same time. And like I said, this is not NM's expertise. It's not mine with the whole technical setup. You know what I mean?
But we will in 3
weeks. I know
weeks.
my politics. I'm red-pilled. I know all that stuff. I keep up to date with current events, stuff going on. I know the real deal about things, so... And then just another thing really quick, just to get on a serious topic again, because that's one of the things I said I would discuss. We kind of got off it before with that Ilhan Omar thing.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see that about that piece of garbage, dirty, filthy animal that threw that kid off of the balcony in the Mall of America?
Insane.
Okay? Now, you know what bothers me? That's why the fake news, again, they're the enemy of the people. Reuters, you know what Reuters put out as a tweet about the story?
No.
They said, boy falls off balcony, man arrested. Boy falls off.
Man arrested. Like all negative, all no active
the
language.
Boy fell off. No. Some filthy
negative voice.
Freaking jihadi that's from Ilhan Omar's district saw a white family and attacked the kid and threw him off. And they're saying he was like following them before that, like saying, "Oh, am I in your way? Am I in your way?"
Oh, he's probably having a real bad day. Yeah.
No.
You know what I mean?
Well, first of all, they said
he probably worked up to it or something like that. Because think about that, right? That's how they use language to try to control the way people see things. Instead of saying man, even if they didn't want to say like who it was, instead of saying man throws boy from balcony, boy falls, as if the boy falling was it's passive voice. They're using passive voice to try to trick you into thinking it was an accident.
Like the guy just went by and bumped the kid off.
Whoops.
Yeah,
no. It's like, then why would he be arrested?
Now I'll tell you one thing. God forbid I was there. Oh, I'll tell you what. That dude would have followed that kid right off the freaking balcony. Nah. I wouldn't have let him. Nah. See if I see that. Well, they said somebody apprehended him. The poor father was probably in shock, obviously. But, if I was the father, by the time the cops got there would be nothing left.
I mean, I can't imagine. Yeah.
Okay, punk. So they're talking about all these fake hate crimes. That's a real hate crime. That was a real hate crime. And, there's rumors. See, I read this I can't confirm. Like, that guy is supposedly a jihadi because he's had trouble in the past. And he was actually like targeting people and harassing them that were like anti-Sharia law and people commenting on social media.
Oh, like he'd like take it too far. Like he would take it off the internet.
Conservatives that were on there, and this family might have been targeted. I can't verify. See, if the fake news did their job, we would know that for sure.
That's true. Because
but it was stuff that people put on Twitter, but pretty reliable sources.
Yeah.
But I can't. But the point was, he was a Somalian, and you know what it is? He changed his name to be like Americanized. So on TV, see the local news, though. I'll say like the morning, like the day after it happened, the morning news here, like the New York City, local news.
Right, like the
they
Channel
reported,
1.
they showed his face, which I'm shocked. But they said his name, and his name just didn't sound right. And I'm like, man, this guy looks like a Somalian, and it's from in that area.
Yeah, I posted on the Facebook today, and it was like very.
He doesn't look like an African American. He looks
Well, right.
So I saw the picture, and I'm like, man, and the Mall of America, again, this is what bothers me about the left. I understand protecting all good people, but not the bad people. The Mall of America has become very bad now with these Somalian gangs there. They call it Little Mogadishu. And there's a lot of violence that goes on there. People are scared to go there.
For those of you unfamiliar with Mogadishu, it's where Black Hawk Down was basically
remember
set.
what they did to our soldier? I don't want to get into that. Oh, that's where Ilan is from. Oh, they dragged that soldier's body. Do you remember that one? That image never will leave my mind. I try not to even think about that. So I didn't even see the movie because I know what happened real time then. So I didn't even want to see the movie because of that, because that disturbed me so much. But anyway, what these savages did. And then you let them flood here. Oh, treasonous government. So that guy, and the local news say he threw him off the balcony, but then Reuters, you freaking punks.
Yeah.
Falls off balcony. Filthy.
Even the locals did it right.
You know what? Go to my Twitter, please. My page.
Like your profile.
Yeah, you have to scroll down for a while.
Mm-hmm.
But I remember. Scroll down.
How about that graphic work I'm doing, huh? Jeez.
Yeah, great stuff. Hey, like I said, man.
Where are we going to here?
Keep scrolling down. Keep scrolling.
Let's see here.
Don't forget, it's when that happened, because
it's from today.
I quoted Reuters too and been like, that's why the enemy. No, it's a few days ago. That's the only thing.
Oh, geez,
I have a lot of tweets.
Well, no, watch this. Ready? We're gonna load a bunch, and then we'll just search for Reuters. Command F for the win.
Unless I don't know if I quoted them or I commented.
No. What's something you put in it that I can search for by word?
This is why they're the fake news.
I have a feeling fake news is going to have a lot of results.
Yeah, I know. I write a lot of...
no, it's a Mike Tokes.
Yeah, you know what? I'm not sure, because I might have commented on their...
That's the church
on their feed. This is why you're the fake news. You can't be trusted. Okay. Really, that boy. So yeah, it should be...
It's probably in your replies here.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can find it. We'll take 1 second here just to give it a go. A couple days back. Yeah, we post a lot.
Oh yeah, you got some of my responses to people too.
Yeah, and by the way, those of you watching on like YouTube or something or on Facebook, Tony is really active on Twitter. So if you want to get him like on minute by minute, that's where you're going to see more of it. All right, so what are we searching for? Reuters?
Yeah. Yeah, right there.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. See, this is my comment.
Well, here, let's see the thing you responded to. Let's see what.
Yeah. Look at Reuters. Look at this man arrested
after boy falls from balcony.
Pieces of garbage.
Oh my God.
Look at this freaking savage.
And this isn't
right
like
why is this guy even allowed in this country? Get out of here, bro. Like I said, there's good people too. I'm not saying. Now again, this guy supposedly caused problems before at the mall. Why wasn't he permanently banned? How are they letting gangs running around there? Like I said, you're not bothering innocent people because they're people of color.
I hate to say it, but he might have been banned. Like.
Yeah.
What's the?
Well, but he still got in there.
It's hard to spot people when there's like so many all there.
But technically, I know. But hold on, in England, I know I saw this a few years ago, so the technology is there. In England, because remember they used to have all the hooligans at the soccer games and all that with violence.
Oh, absolutely.
England made new rules if you cause any violence. That's why you don't see no more violence in England. If you cause any more violence, you're banned permanently from the stadium.
Did not know that.
For life, yeah. Now, what they do is, in the stadiums, I think most of them, they have the facial recognition.
Oh, on the cameras now, yeah.
And if you're a known person that's banned from there, once you walk in, it's going to recognize your face.
Oh, yeah.
And then they'll come up to you and be like, yo, get out of here. So the Mall of America, unfortunately, well, don't forget, listen, it's not a joke. In Minnesota, in Ilan Omar's district, it's known as the largest terrorist recruiting center in the United States. Did you know that?
Yeah, you told me before, and I didn't hear it, and then I looked it up, and it was true. Well, because a lot of them went over to, see, people don't think about it because we only think of ISIS, but they kept going over to Al-Shabaab because that's in Somalia, where a lot of them were from. So it's like a lot of them were going straight to Al-Shabaab.
But again,
back in the day.
Until you could prove who you're letting. Listen, would you let someone come into your house and start slapping around your friends and family? Would you allow that?
Hell no, man.
So, like I said, if our government wants to let people in, you let them in, nice legal immigrants like my dad, and make sure they behave. My father behaved.
Well, think about
okay.
You talk about the people coming back. It's like we're dealing with one, and England right now is dealing with one where it's like a woman or girl.
They're allowing ISIS people to come back.
Right,
ISIS fighters.
It's like they're trying to be like, oh, I only went over there and had 3 kids and married 2 guys, but they both got blown. It's like, yo, I get it. You made a bad choice.
No.
Okay. No. But you don't get to come back. Like, that's just how it works.
It's just, you're lucky you're still alive.
You know,
now.
like we get it. We get it. You made a bad decision. But you know that has consequences. We live in a world of causation, cause and effect. You make those decisions and you fucking live with them.
That's it.
You don't get to have a country now.
Meanwhile,
I don't know.
Who's that girl that England doesn't want to let in?
That's one of the ones I'm talking about.
No, Pakistan. No, they're letting her in. That one you told the ISIS bride. They're letting her
I thought they
in.
said that was not conclusive.
I
know they revoked her citizenship.
They let an ISIS fighters come back. Men that fought.
I don't know why they're so cool with them and they're making a big stink over this girl. That's
they're
weird
allowing
to me.
ISIS fighters to come back.
But that's weird though.
How does
they're
that
making
work?
that's a thing in both that. And you know what? Someone brought that up to me on, like, not to be too conspiracy-ish, but that was brought up in England and America at the same time. All of a sudden, even though, just like you said, men have been coming back and doing it for 2-3 years.
And Ilan also said, "Oh, let's sympathize with the ISIS fighters and be nice." You know, really. So it shows you where she is. But again, the way it is listen. You have the globalists, then they put people in front of them. They put people based on all these, PC things in
It's
front
like
of
chess,
them.
like you play with the pawns.
And they'll have them do the policies, and if you criticize them, oh, you're all the you know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Like, racist, misogynist, xenophobic. But the globalists, Soros, they put people like that who are ethnic in front of them. So then when the people criticize their policies, which are horrible, then they could use that. But you know what? We figured you out already. It has nothing to do with that. Like I said, if you're a good person, God bless you. If you're not, screw you. That's the way I see it. But like I said, the Mall of America, they have gangs running around, Somalian gangs. Now, if they're doing bad things, get rid of them. You're not bothering innocent people. The ones that are innocent, you're not going to go and bother. A guy just shopping there with his family, you're hanging out. But if you got criminals there, now that's going to ruin the business. A lot of people are saying, store owners are suffering. The people aren't coming buying things there. The Mall of America was beautiful. I've never been there, but I see video.
I think there's a roller coaster in it.
And that's what bothers me. See, that's what bothers me. We have a lot of poor in this country too, And what they said was, under Obama, the government revitalized a lot of some urban areas in Minnesota and Michigan. And they allowed all these refugees, instead of giving that, they built new buildings and like low-income housing, but brand new. Why didn't you give that to fellow Americans? You imported like a few 100,000 of other types to come and take that. Meanwhile, they didn't contribute, they didn't pay anything. And there's homeless vets, there's homeless Americans that worked here in their lives. NAFTA crushed a lot of Americans.
And you might not mind if it was old ladies and guys with one leg, but it's fucking 25-year-old dudes.
Men of fighting
it's 25-year-old
guys.
That's
what bothers me.
But see, even let's put it this way: that presumes the angle of, okay, they're going to go out there and be fighters. But let's say even if they're not, they're like 25 years old and come over here and they don't even want to assimilate or work half the time. That's the problem. Is that we got people like you said, veterans, people that are mentally ill that need help, people that are just poor and could use a helping hand. If we're gonna be spending this money somewhere, like, what the fuck are we not doing it in our own place?
Importing people to
exactly. Like,
really?
why? Like, in fact, isn't Social Security already not going to work so great for people my age because we have like an upside down system where there's not enough people paying in because no one's having kids anymore? You know what I mean? It's like
a lot of people can't afford to have kids because of the cost of living.
Well, that's the thing.
That's why.
Right. Like it used to be a single income family. You could have like 3 kids and be like lower middle class or middle class. Now, maybe even upper middle class. Now it's like you have to have 2 incomes. And there's no more having like 5 kids unless you have proper money coming in, which of course happens, but that's not the norm for people. So it's a weird, if people, if you guys are interested in something, look up population geography, look up like demographics as far as replacement rate of birth and how a civilization will get smaller and decline if you don't have enough babies. It's just math, but no one thinks about it. And it's like they have statistics on it that are proven. You learn about it in college.
Well,
it's crazy.
You know what's crazy? I was talking to the guy. I was eating at the Chinese store by my house. Very nice man. And I was talking to his son. And he was explaining to me like his father's age. So I would say in the 60s or 70s. Actually, no, 70s. His father's probably close to 70. But his father, back in the days, you know, we knew China. Remember they had a rule you could only have one kid?
Yeah, right.
Now it's not like that anymore. I think now you could have two.
I think you have to have you might have to pay like a tax or something. So it's only the more wealthy families doing it.
The son told me that you could have two now. But regardless,
Mm-hmm.
he said his father has 7 brothers and sisters. I'm like, China? Because back during the Second World War, they wanted their people to multiply so they could fight the Japanese.
Oh, right, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Made
A lot
sense.
of people got killed. You know, a lot
Oh,
of
yeah.
the Japanese put a hurting on the Chinese in World War II.
Oh, yeah. Because those
You know what I
guys that run the show, they don't think of it on a personal level like, oh, here's a nice guy. They see it from a bird's eye view. It's macro everything. It's how many soldiers do we have versus that, or how many workers do we have versus them. It's not even like, oh, hey, here's Steve. He's a nice dude. You know, like they have to think of it almost like coldly the way like a CEO does or something.
But
you
know what the son also
I'm not
told
saying
me?
that's good. It's just weird.
He told me China's been hurt. President Trump put a hurting on China.
Oh, yeah, they feel
He
it.
says their economy's not doing well there. Because, you know, he has family there. He talks to people.
Mm-hmm.
And he was saying, like, you know, the cost of doing business went up a lot for them. Factories are closing. The economy is not doing well in China, you know. So President Trump's winning that. That's another big thing he's doing. He's winning. That's another thing he did, folks. Come on. He's winning the trade war with China. Plus, China, that's another thing. Put it this way. They have hypersonic missiles now, right? And our defense systems cannot handle those hypersonic missiles. So does Russia, right? I wonder who sold them our secrets. Oh, how you doing, Hillary? Okay, and everyone else, not only Hillary, a lot of people. But how did China? They stole our IP. You know, President Trump. I didn't even know about this until he brought it up. How they've been stealing our IP, our intellectual property, for
big time.
years.
It's like their thing.
Yeah.
That's like their thing. The way North Korea counterfeiting our money is their thing.
Yeah.
It's like they have, you know, they've like perfected it somehow.
Yeah.
Through just
And,
because most of the spying isn't even on our government; it's on the
President Trump is the only one
companies.
that wants to do something about that.
Yeah.
No one else even mentioned that.
Most of the Chinese spying that you find out about doesn't even end up being on our government because they're too tight to even get caught with something. It's on the companies. They get people to go to a high level in a company, and they pay. They don't even make them sabotage the company. They just want to steal the IP and go over there and reproduce it over there. Yeah. Even if they don't sell it in the U.S. or the West, they just want to sell it to their own people and have the market cornered on that. So it's an interesting, it's definitely true.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So he's the only one that's really fighting it. So, you know, he's fighting, you know, he's doing a lot of things. First of all, most of the morons who are against him, they don't even understand any of this, folks. They don't even, like I said, you know how many people I've just caught? I said, hey, before we even talk, do you know what the TPP is? Well, what's that? Sorry, we can't talk. And people that might want to listen, like, well, no, explain to me. And you know what? I've changed a few people's minds about it when they even tell them about the TPP. But a lot of people, you know, if you want to talk, you know, serious stuff, you got to know at least what the TPP is, for God's sake. I mean, you don't have to know every detail about it, but it was a bad trade deal. It's pretty much, it was another NAFTA. It was an Asian version of NAFTA, okay? And President Trump did away with that. So, you know, some people, they forget about that. So, yeah. The fake news, you know, didn't report this guy was a Somalian immigrant from Minnesota. Threw that little kid off and the last thing I heard, the little kid was clean to life, right? You know,
he's living, I think. Yeah, but it's not. He's not. I mean, obviously he's not out of the woods.
Yeah,
but
I pray for that little boy and his family.
It's really
and that dude's lucky I wasn't around because he would have. I would have made sure I didn't throw him on the boy, man. You know, 'cause he threw the boy off, and you don't want to throw him on top of the boy either.
Oof, yeah.
But I would have thrown him a little further, you know. And he's a little heavier and bigger, so I don't know. I want to make sure he went head first. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So he wouldn't have lived. But anyway, punk.
One of those like heave
Freaking
ho,
coward.
one of those heave ho maneuvers
How
right
could
over
you
there.
do that? Like, that's just.
Right. And again, even if you're a fucking, you know, this kind of guy, why not attack an adult? Why you attack a child?
Coward.
You know?
That's
they always find a way to justify it.
That's the definition of a coward.
It's
so,
you know, I mean, people are. It's like you don't want to live. It's like you don't want to live in fear, but you also have to be aware that it's fucking happening. It's not like you want to find a balance between like I need to be aware enough to be safe, but not so like paranoid. You know what I mean? Like to where it's not like because as soon as it dominates your mind and messes up your day and your vibe, then it's becoming insidious and pervasive. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's when it's no longer even requires. It's like leverage. It's like they don't even have to hurt that many people. It affects tens of thousands or millions of them.
Yeah.
You know, so it's. I don't know. I'm not articulating this well. It's been a long day, but you know, you get the idea.
Do me a favor if you want. Could you go back to my Twitter page?
Yeah, of course. But of course.
By the way, Jared, what's going on, brother? Yeah, I didn't know that was you over there on YouTube. What's going on, Jared?
Oh, and by the way, real quick, Tall Boy on YouTube.
What's going on, Tall Boy?
Replacement rate is 2.1. So anything over that, America is at 2.1, but only because of Latinos. Other than that, we wouldn't be at it. And a lot of Europe is at like 1.4 to 1.9. It's not good. But I think you guys already know about most of that. So let's see. We're back on the Twitter feed here. Boom. What are we looking for?
By the way, once in a while, you see over there on the side, you got President Trump with his middle finger up at people, and once in a while, people get leave a dumb comment. Just that triggers that bad. Imagine the lip turd with a comment, then you go back with that, suck it up, buttercup. And take that lip turds.
I just love how many times that even though these are obviously photoshopped, the faces he makes are just they lend themselves so perfectly.
He's great. He's entertaining. He's the best.
It's really the best. I'm just impressed that a dude his age understands like kind of trolling, not just making fun of someone or talking, kind of really trolling. Like when he like for instance when he showed the media the map of like he's like, okay, this is the area that ISIS controlled as of like a year ago, and then here's the rest. As you see, it's nothing. Here you go, have the map. You can keep that. He hands it off to the reporter like it's like he signed a baseball for a kid or something. It was just kind of funny. It's like a certain, it's subtle. You know how it is.
Yeah.
I mean, hell, everyone watching this knows how it is.
If you want, scroll down a little bit on not a tweet. Go to the tweets.
Hey, by the way, too,
not tweets and replies. Just
if any of you guys are joining us late and you weren't checking it out earlier, first of all, thanks for sticking with us. If you haven't, please drop us a like, a comment, hit that share button, or hit that subscribe, just so we can keep this growing and keep it going out there. Because we're going to be, like I said, rocking this forward once a week, every Tuesday at 10 o'clock, and we're going to be putting out some other stuff with Tony in between when we can. But at least this will be the regular thing moving forward. So we
hopefully we'll have Periscope fixed by next week.
Yeah, that one I'll get working on. We'll get some help from the company that I'm restreaming through. So, what are we looking for here?
Well, did we show this before about the smiley faces on? See, wait, hold on. Go, stay where you were. Stay where. Go down a little bit. No, up. Then go up. Right there.
The video?
See, this is Amy.
Like
Amy
the smile.
Mesh,
Like the laugh reacts.
Look while the fire's going on.
Oh, right here.
And look at the reactions over here. Look at this smiley faces.
Oh wait, that's not good. I don't want to do full screen. We'll just zoom in a little.
Look at this. Yeah, they're happy, you bastards, huh? You come from a starving place.
Hang on,
You're so happy in our countries, live good, right? And like I said, I'm not saying it's all of them. It's just these over here. I mean, like I said,
it's a lot of laugh reacts, man. It's bad.
You know.
1,341.
And look at most of the names.
Just on that video, 1,340 laugh reacts.
Seriously, while Notre Dame is burning, keep that in mind, folks.
Yeah. It's fucked. Oh, Carol Binary. That's a weird one.
Matthew Adams, what's going on? Matthew, you're awesome. He's a vet, Matthew. Thank you for your service, Matt. It's such an honor, like when I see that a veteran follows me or something on Twitter. I mean, I love everybody, believe me. I love all. As long as you're a patriot, I love you. But it's just a little extra special when you get the vets. I mean, these people, come on, they fought for our country. They're great. Everybody's great. Like I said, I love everybody. I don't care who follows who doesn't. As long as
Yeah, man. You join that, you're signing a blank check.
But you see, look at these people with the likes now. Look at this.
This isn't even just like, because you might click like
Smiley
because
face.
because I'm saying you might just click like or whatever. You might just click, but the laugh react. That's the ha ha react. That's the ha ha right. Yeah. And I'm willing to bet
I see videos of some of them laughing.
Maybe 1-2% of them is a misclick, but 1,300.
And I see these videos of they're laughing over there.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Okay. So meanwhile Francis welcomed them in. They live good there.
But that's the thing, man. Now this is on here forever. It's like these people can't say they didn't do this. It's like that happened.
Yeah.
It's like
where's the mainstream media talking about this, huh?
It's you're probably not gonna see too much of that.
Yeah.
But that's why we're here, man. We got to get the word out to people
this type of stuff is happening. I know. So scroll if you want. Let's see. Click back to the main page now. That's what I'm saying. Twitter is interesting, folks. You follow me on Twitter. You learn. Scroll down. Go down again. I know I was looking for something originally. Now
Oh, that was the digression.
No, not tweets and replies. Are you on tweets and replies?
I'm not. Yes, I am.
Yeah, you are. Go to regular tweets. There you go.
Cut it down a few.
And then scroll a little bit.
We're killing it on Periscope right
now. Yeah. Ooh, green screen.
Green screen. Yeah, we're stepping it up.
Yeah. Well, hold on. Stop. Go down again. A little
further.
Okay.
Now we're past the church.
Okay. Keep.
What are we looking for? I have a good eye. Just tell me what.
Keep going.
Let's both look for.
Oh, right here.
The church.
Now again, see Amy Meck. She's awesome on Twitter. Jewish girl. And she calls out the jihadis, and they've banned her. They've threatened this poor girl and all that, Amy. But it's all right. She's good. She's a warrior. But look now. Click on this video. Amy Meckler. Okay, alert. French media reported there were no construction workers at the time of the fire at Cathedral Notre Dame, and the church was closed. So why is there a video of a person?
Oh, yeah, there's a person right there walking. Like,
and look at him.
Maybe it was was it not a priest or something?
No.
What's it say? Reported there was no construction workers at the time of the fire. Okay.
And there was supposedly nobody there. Everybody was evacuated. Priests.
Well, there was some story I read about. I didn't actually see. I saw the headline where they said that some priest was like a superhero as far as like maintaining calm and getting people away. But he might have been. It might have been a separate building.
Amy's pretty credible, and a few people posted this video, and it's very suspicious.
Oh, I'm not even saying it's wrong. I'm saying that maybe this guy was in a quarters next to it, the way that the Pope does, or something.
Could be something. But,
that guy looks amazing. I mean, listen, forget whoever it is. How nonchalant. What kind of day is that guy having? He's just strolling along like the building's not burning to the ground.
Somebody who's suicidal, jihadi, they don't care. They're willing to die. They don't care.
He's walking like he's about to just go pick up a sandwich, and then get jumped by 2 white guys in Chicago while they scream "It's MAGA country."
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
do you think Subway will throw Jussie in a what do you call it? An endorsement?
I'm curious. They better get him. They better get him federally, and they better uncover all that obstruction of justice that was done. That was horrible. You know what it is?
Well, they're investigating Kim Fox now, so that's
good,
better. That's
good.
better. You know,
she's another
that's
one.
more effective.
What a face on her.
Because think about this, right? You got to think strategically. It's fun to think of him having to face it worse, but he's an actor. He's not that consequential. She holds an actual position of power, and to have her have to face the consequences of that would be far more of a technical win than.
But if she wasn't a leftist agent and working for the left, she wouldn't have gotten to where she was.
Oh, of course not. I mean, hell, shout out to Kamala Harris.
Yeah. Well, meanwhile, Kamala Harris, her family were slave owners. You know that, right? In the Caribbean.
Oh, really?
Kamala Harris.
Jesus.
Oh, yeah. Her family was slave owners in the Caribbean.
That's a fun fact.
So she's another one. You know?
Who do you think? Oh, by the way, hey, guys who are still with us right now, next week we're going to start a different segment, too, called Lib Turd of the Week, where we're going to have a champion each week, move on to the following week to face the new challenger. So if you have a nominee for Lib Turd of the Week, drop it in the comments or send it through on a message to us. And we'll come up with a hashtag eventually so we can find them. But
who's the Lib Turd of the Week?
Yeah, we'll give you guys a first chance at doing the first round of nominees here.
See, and told me he had that idea kind of late, so we didn't have time to really. But you know what? You know who's a big Lib Turd this week? I'm going to say one of my nominations would be Cher. Did you hear what happened with Cher?
Oh, I did see a tweet. I saw a tweet.
I remember Cher tweeted out a while ago that we have to, everyone should take in a dreamer and take care of a dreamer, and don't worry, I'll take him in. But now that President Trump wants to send them to her area, no, we can't have any illegals. We have to take care of our own. We have our own homeless. We have our own poor. Oh, now you're changing your tune because Hollywood would have got flooded with 100 busloads at one shot, and they would have been running around Hollywood. Is that a problem?
It's funny how things change, when you're faced with it yourself.
I always say, I even tweeted this out the other day. I said, listen, anybody who is, for the illegals that are coming in and all that, now what I would do, and you know what? One of my followers on Twitter had a great suggestion. She's right. I'm thinking, Enem, maybe we could start a charity, right? Call it Adopt an Illegal. Now, the way it would work is, all these people talking that they want them here, but they don't live with them on the streets. They don't have to deal with them.
Sure.
They live in their private gated communities, with the armed guards. And, what I would do is, if they sign a contract where they're held criminally and civilly liable, first of all, they have to house them and feed them. No more government money. In other words, we spend, honestly, between $125 billion and $250 billion a year on illegal immigrants. Come on, dude.
It's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money.
It's a lot of scratch.
And meanwhile, we have homeless vets.
It's like boom. There's all your college money or whatever people are asking for. You know what I mean? Like that's like.
So imagine how many pre-existing conditions that could cover in a fund.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
And you're giving it to people that didn't even do anything, and they came here illegally.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, my dad had to wait his turn. He got checked for diseases. But anyway. So you know what? Put their money where their mouth is. In other words, they got to house and feed them, and they have to be criminally and civilly liable for anything they do. In other words, if one of them rapes a woman, you as the sponsor,
like the guarantor,
you would get the same penalty as that person for the rape or the murder.
Sure,
you would be charged with it.
What's the upside for this person? Sounds like a lot of
no, but they're talking. No, but they want him here.
Sounds like bad risk management.
No, but hold on, and they say, "Oh, let him in. We're an open country."
Oh yeah, gotta be compassionate.
No, now you put your money where your freaking mouth is.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Now you sign. You got to house them, feed them. And again, you're liable if they do anything, because now it's easy. All these sanctuary cities and all that, they allow them in. They kill people, they rape people, and there's no liability for them. No, you got to be liable. You can't just play Russian roulette with our lives, and then when the bullet goes off, you're not liable.
Well, you know what it is? I think a lot of people that went into politics didn't really take a lot of math classes, because really what it goes down to is that they just think you could bring in a significant amount of people in an area, and then they need money and housing, and like, where's it come from? There's a finite amount of resources.
God doesn't come down and give money. It's called taxes.
Yeah.
You know, they think, oh, free this, free, like Bernie, oh, free, Muppet.
More Gibbs.
Yeah, no. Eventually, the free runs out. Like, you know what's funny? Some of these idiots. Now, first of all, folks, universal health care. If you even see what's going on, all these countries have universal health care. The health care stinks. Okay, in England, remember what happened to baby Alfie? Do you remember that?
Oh, yeah, where they forced him off of life support or something.
For those of you that don't know, there was a sick young child, and they couldn't help the kid in England. So Italy offered for free to take the kid, transport him to Italy, and do some experimental stuff on him. Maybe he would live. Because of universal health care, single payer, whatever you want to call it in England. The English government said, no, you can't take the kid.
Yeah.
And they actually pulled the feeding tubes off, and his parents had no say. That's universal health care.
They lost like a court case over it. It's crazy.
The parents had no say what could happen to their son. And they freaking pulled the feeding tubes off the kid, and he starved to death. Okay?
And like you said, there was hospitals, like you said, even willing to
in
perform
Italy,
the services.
Italy,
yeah.
You know, Ciao Paisanos, the Italians trying to do the right thing and bring the kid there and do some experimental stuff on him. Maybe he would have lived. He wasn't going to live anyway. So, you know, that's what, you know, in England they're saying now, because there's a shortage of eye doctors because of their broken healthcare system.
Oh, yeah.
That people are waiting so long to get, you know, to see a specialist for their eyes, they're going blind. Seriously.
That's not a joke you wrote?
You know, it's not a joke. I wouldn't joke about something like that. It's actually sad. I'm not even going to laugh about that because that's sad.
I mean, that's really bad.
Yeah.
Especially in it's not like we're not talking about third world countries.
No, this is
UK.
England.
Yeah.
Dude, their taxes are through the roof.
Yeah.
Everything costs so much. Their economy's not doing well. They've been flooded with jihadis. Their mayor's a jihadi. There's stabbings going on after the tax. Now, that's another thing. I'll give you an example. You have these grooming gangs, right? They're gangs of jihadis in England who are raping young girls. They pimp them out and, you know, pass them around. But yet, in England, they're not really prosecuting them. They're scared because they said it might be racist. Again, if someone does a crime, they got to be punished for it. You're not punishing an innocent person because of their race or their color. But these are people that committed crimes, and they should be punished. So, you know, that's what I'm saying. This whole PC thing, it's all the globalists, the leftists. They know exactly what they're doing with this. But anyway, share if you want. You could adopt an illegal. You could house them, feed them. Now, you know what? I wish President Trump would do this. It would be great. Everybody like Pelosi, all these open borders, even Gavin Newsom, seen that dirtbag, the governor of California? He was in El Salvador where we're being invaded. He either Guatemala or El Salvador.
Yeah, because he was meeting with his bosses in MS-13.
Thank you. Oh, how you doing? Yeah, how you doing? Of course he was.
It's like when Tony. I mean, I hate to compare it to a fiction movie. It's like when Tony Montana goes to see whoever that dude was down in
that's what Gavin,
Bolivia.
Exactly, and that's what Gavin Newsom did. So
goes to see Sosa or whoever.
But you know, Gavin said, "Yeah, we're welcoming the refugees. Put them in your house, Gavin." You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. You know, everyone, you have to sign on the contract. In other words, you're going to be held criminally and civilly liable. Whatever crime they commit, you're going to do their time, and then you could be sued, and then everything's fine. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, all these little Hollywood, and you know, there's another one talks a lot of dirtbag. What's his name? Christine Teigen and what's his name? John Legend.
Yeah, they're married.
Let them come in.
Yeah.
You know what? I swear. You know, President Trump, never mind send them into sanctuary cities. I even tweeted President Trump this on the comments. Maybe he saw it. If he saw it, he probably got a good laugh. I'm like, send 20 busloads each to these people's houses. And or not even that.
Yeah,
you know what I thought about? Check this out. I have a good, I studied law, folks, so I know the law pretty well. I know the law better than most of these supposed lawyers that are out there because I seen all the lawyers being broken by the left, and But anyway, so this is exactly what should be done with these dirtbags. You have busloads shipped over the house, and then, our holding centers that detain the migrants until their court hearing or whatever, that they're full, and they're saying we have to build more. Why should me and our tax money pay for more?
Right.
You know what President Trump should do? Declare eminent domain. You know what eminent domain is, where the government can take your property?
Yeah, they take some land, yeah. I think they have to pay you, but they can just take it,
okay.
Yeah.
Go to Beverly Hills, Hollywood, seriously. And all these people's houses, declare their land eminent domain to house the illegals.
Yeah. Boom, DHS.
Give them pennies on the dollar for their house. throw them out of the houses and put the illegals in there and have them as holding centers. Wouldn't that be great?
Yeah, let them be in there too.
You know
let
what I'm
them
saying?
Stay on their own land.
Yeah, yeah. Let them, personally, yeah, I would have them live with it. Wouldn't that be a great reality show, folks? To have, I don't know, what would be a good name for that? Living with the illegals or something? That would be.
Oh, well, it's Hollywood, so they're going to exploit it to no end, of course.
No, but have like a camera in the house, like Big Brother.
Yeah, right.
Send 20 busload. No, this is a good scenario.
Don't give this idea away. We should trademark this, whatever it is.
I don't want to get too many ideas out.
We got to write to CBS, see if we could talk to the producers here.
Yeah. You send 20 busloads to everybody who's chirping about allowing our country to be invaded, right? Then all of a sudden, you put cameras everywhere, and we watch it live. It'll be live on TV to show. Imagine Nancy Pelosi living with like 300 illegals.
Let's get the Patreon going now.
Imagine her waking up every day. Hi, mamacita, how are you? You know what I mean?
Oh, Lord.
How about, all that, John Legend and Christine Teigen talking all that about, put them in your houses with your kids.
MTV will sign
I'd like
it.
to see that.
Yeah.
And again,
they can slap it between. They can slap it between teen mom and preteen mom and preteen mom.
The ratings will be, and President Trump could set it up because he knows about reality shows.
Oh yeah, right. He knows all the producers already.
Well, I even said, what would be good if President Trump did have a live stream and go see Ruth Bader Ginsburg.
What, like at the cemetery?
Well, that's what I mean. Wait, hold on, because I don't know if she's alive anymore.
Like he could bring flowers.
That's what I'm saying. No, but the point is, if she's supposedly still alive, you know what he should do? He should wake up one day, right when he's leaving the White House, and you have the press corps. And say, folks, I have a surprise today. I'm going to go and have, flowers in his hand. I'm going to do the right thing. I'm going to go and visit Ruth, see if she's okay, to wish her well.
Yeah.
Off the cuff, no warning, so they can't put like a body double or something. And then he should go and visit her and, see if she's okay, and live stream it. Could you imagine President Trump in the limo? Oh, we're going to go see Ruth. And then you go to her house. Her maid opens. Where's Ruth? Oh, well, yeah, she went for a walk. No, I'll wait. I'm going to wait.
Had a long day.
I'm going to wait to see how Ruth is. You know what I mean? So, yeah, but you have a reality show.
It would be brilliant. I mean, I don't know why I don't know why he doesn't do some kind of like monthly stream or something like that. Like it would seem like it would be smart.
No, but like monthly, every day is.
Well, the guy's got a job to do.
Yeah, dude, every day he comes out, the press corps is there. He does something good. He says something nice.
There's just so much.
He tweets out
stuff.
something so entertaining and funny. Like I said, he abused Bernie, crazy Bernie. He called out Brett Baer, called out Fox. I mean, big with one tweet. He did a lot with that. Mm-hmm. So
I mean, he's got good I mean, the guy doesn't even have the highest vocabulary, but he's got good word density. He doesn't need a lot of words to get the point across. That he speaks simply, which people it vibes well with everybody.
Exactly. You know what I mean? You listen to me. He's not a bullshit artist, okay? Let's put it in nice terms. He's not a bullshit artist. All these politicians, they're a bunch of bullshit artists.
Well, that's why the left thinks he's a bullshit artist, because they are used to bullshit.
Yeah, and but they know he's right about everything.
They've flipped it upside down.
He's right about everything. He is right about everything. Are you kidding me? You know what I mean? Everything he said. Everything he says, he's absolutely... I mean, Enem, think about this. He's saying there's a problem at the border. You have, thousands of Americans dying from fentanyl. You got, our citizens being raped, killed by gangs, and blah, blah, blah. And not even America, their own community. They prey on their own communities. I mean, it's not like, there's not only a white thing. Please, it's not a white thing at all, actually. They prey on their own. You know how many Latinos I know who love President Trump? Like, he's absolutely right.
Most Latinos are pretty conservative people. They're religious,
they're
family-oriented.
They're pro-life.
Like, every time I meet someone from these other countries, they are really usually good people, except for the ones that aren't. But, like, I'm just surprised that people are surprised about that. It's like they're religious people, they're family people.
The Democrats want the illegals because listen. I don't blame the illegals. They're just doing what they're allowed to be done.
Right? Yeah, they're just making a better life.
Law-abiding.
Well, no, right. But even the ones that are illegal, you can't blame them personally because they're doing what they got to do. Right? Yeah. Like, wouldn't you take it if you were broke and you needed family money?
It's our problem for allowing that to happen.
Exactly. That's the thing.
I don't blame them.
It's like a kid. If you leave the cookie jar a foot off the floor and he eats all the cookies, you gonna get mad at him? No. It's like you got to stop leaving the cookie jar a foot off the floor.
I wouldn't have done it.
You know what I'm saying?
I didn't want to get yelled at, so I always had respect. I was taught manners, and I didn't eat the cookies in a cookie jar because I didn't want it. But again, that's why you have to have some kind of punishment for people. You know what I mean? When they commit crime, you know what I'm saying? So,
absolutely.
Let's see. So listen, folks, it was great being back with all of you. I'm glad I was able to, look at the comments, say hi to all of you. Again, we're still working this out. You get to grow with us as the show goes along. Good job, Tandem, so far. Again, we couldn't have Periscope this week. At least YouTube was up, Facebook at the same time. Hopefully next week we'll have Periscope up.
And I finally sound good.
This is a work in progress. Like I said, this is not our expertise.
No, but you know what, guys? It's going to be better. I mean, I know you guys tune in for Tony and just the energy of it, but we're going to give a couple of little things where there's some like brief little segments. I'm going to be filming some other stuff that we can incorporate. And when Pat comes back next week, I mean, if you guys watch on Facebook, you probably know about Pat, but Pat Dixon's been a stand-up comedian for a long time. He has a show, New York City Crime Report, on Compound Media. He does another podcast called Trump the Podcast, which we also broadcast from here with another comedian called Kevin Downey Jr. So he'll add a lot to it as well. So stick with us. Thank you guys for tuning in with us this late and sticking with us for a long show. Leave us your comments. Let us know what worked well, what didn't, and what you want to see, because we do want to keep things moving forward here. We appreciate you.
Thanks a lot for tuning in, folks. Can't wait to see you next week. Like I said, follow me if you want on Twitter, Uncle Tony RP. I said I'm more active on there. I always have my phone with me. Boom, boom, boom. I see some. I tweeted. I retweeted. A lot of good info. You saw all my stuff on my feed. That's a lot of good news right there. That's real news.
Yeah, I don't think I ever scrolled more than 2 days back. It was
I get the real news.
Yeah.
So if you know where to look, you get the real news. We're not going to rely on dirtbag, MSNBC, CNN, Communist News Network, all those fake news outlets. The enemy of the people.
Old hat. They are
dirtbags.
They are going the way of the dinosaur.
It's a new media.
Let's fill that gap, baby.
Like I said, just follow my Twitter and